All right, Algebra 2, welcome to your, try to turn something up here, see if that makes volume more. Welcome to your section 7.7 video for your 7577 game plan. All right, this is the last video for the last game plan you have in your possession right now. All right, what I want us to do, if you have a calculator, first off, type this in. I'll type it in right here. So E, Euler's number. E is, see if that will, it is second ln, natural log. I'm going to talk about what all those things mean in a second. So that gives me E, and on your calculators it'll have, that's terrible. It won't have the little caret symbol as I have, but I'm going to type in then E to the natural log 3. So I then hit ln 3. All right, I close parentheses again, maybe twice. What do I get? Holy cow, I get 3. That's interesting. How about E? So second ln, natural log 5. What happens there? Oh my gosh. All right, let's go the other way. So natural log E to the 5th. Oh my gosh, I get 5. Lastly, natural log. That's what I'm hitting right there, natural log. Then second natural log. Again, sorry for that light. E to the 7th. Put 2 parentheses around it. Oh my gosh, I get 7. Well, folks, that is a fact. So natural log is log base E. You know, we talked about log base 10, log base 3. Natural log is log base E. It's called natural log for some pretty special reasons. Euler's constant 2.71 ... is, gosh, used in so many things. So log base E of x equals natural log x, and if E is the base, natural log x would be the exponent. Notice how that equals x, and that is just a fact. So these, that's the first thing you want to write down, or here's the big idea, both of them, write both of them down. Natural log of e to the x is x, and then e to the natural log of x is also x. So what that means is like natural log of e to the 2nd would be 2, and like e to the natural log 10 would be 10. Remember, you can't have natural log of 0 or natural log of a negative. That's not a thing. So solve each equation, round to the nearest hundredth, or leave it exact. I'll show you the exact answer is the best, especially if you're going to go into pre-calculus and calculus eventually. Here's what I do. I have e to the x minus 4 is 1. First off, add 4 to both sides. Now I have e to the x equals 5. I want that x to come on down. The only way to make that go down is to attach natural log to both sides. Okay, if I attach natural log to both sides, then I'm good. If 5 equals 5, then natural log 5 equals natural log 5. It's like taking the square root of both sides. If 5 equals 5, square root of 5 equals the square root of 5. Squaring both sides. 7 equals 7, and 7 squared equals 7 squared, and so forth. Attach natural log to both sides. Well, I just learned that natural log of e to the x, these would kind of cancel out, and that x would come on down. And that's exactly what we wrote up here. Natural log and 5 don't cancel out, so my answer would be x equals natural log 5. Believe it or not, that is an exact answer. Okay, 1.61 is rounded, so what I can do if I want to get the rounded answer, there's my natural log. It's right under log. Natural log of, type in 5, close that parentheses, 1.61 if you round it to nearest hundredth. All right? Now, I'm going to let you guys do 2 on your own, but you can look at, especially 4, let's do 4. 4 and 2 are almost exactly the same. First thing you want to do is add 3 to both sides. Okay, now you got 5 e to the x equals 15, but notice I gotta have e all by itself, e all by itself, e all by itself. Okay, right here, e all by itself, e is all by itself before I attach a natural log. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by 5. Okay, kind of doing this upside down a little bit. I divide both sides by 5. Now I have e all by itself. E to the x equals 3. I attach natural log to both sides. This x is brought on down. X would equal natural log 3 or 1.10. Again, natural log 3 is a perfect answer. All right, pause this whenever you need to. 3, what we're going to do first is we're going to get rid of that 9, subtract 9 from both sides. All right, so I'm going to divide by -3. That gives me 5/3. Again, when e to the x is all by itself, then I can attach natural log to both sides. Natural log e to the x means the x comes on down. X would be natural log of 5/3. You can type that in your calculator like this. Natural log of 5 divided by 3. That's how we get 0.51. All right, first page. And then, to conclude this newer part here, let's do number 5. Add 3 to both sides. You have 6e to the x equals 41. Again, I want e to the x all by itself. I'm going to divide by 6. That means e to the x equals 41 over 6. I'm going to attach natural log to both sides. That means the x will come on down. X equals natural log of 41 over 6. Going to add 5 to both sides on number 6. Again, it's all about getting e all by itself. Then I have 3 e to the 2x equals 11. We'll divide both sides by 3. E to the 2x equals 11/3. All right, then I'm going to attach natural log. When I have e all by itself, I'm going to attach natural log to both sides. That means instead of x, 2x is going to come down this time. So 2x equals natural log of 11/3. X is natural log of 11/3 divided by 2. Believe it or not, that is an exact answer. 0.65 is what it is if you type it in the calculator. Again, I'm going to show you. Here's what I would do. Natural log 11/3, enter, divide by 2. 0.65. All right. So with that, here's number 7. 7, right off the bat, and you divide both sides by 3. E to the x minus 1 is 4. I'm going to attach natural log to both sides. That means that x minus 1 is going to come on down. X minus 1 is natural log 4. I'm going to add 1. It's not going to be natural log 5. Natural log 4 is its own number. Natural log 4 plus 1, or that. Again, I prefer the natural log 4 plus 1. That is more exact. So, believe it or not, but you can do number 8. Add 3 to both sides, divide by 4. This one is very, very similar to the one you just did. Just one extra step. Add 3 to both sides first. Divide by 4. It looks very much like 7. All right. Here's how you do 9. If you don't 9, you just do one step. You get your answer. Take a look here on 10. Folks, if I have natural log all by itself, the way to get rid of natural log is to attach e as the base. My bad on that one. Never know when the sneeze is going to come. All right. So attach e as the base. What is going to happen? Again, we learned from the previous page. E to the natural log of x is just x. So these would kind of cancel out. That x minus 3 would come on south. Come on down. So x minus 3 is equal to e to the 7th. E to the 7th, which is a pretty big number. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add 3 to both sides. Here, I definitely don't really want you to round. E to the 7th plus 3 is going to be a pretty big number because e is 2.71, ... Okay, so here's what you do on 9. You simply attach e as a base. When that natural log is all by itself, you can attach e as a base. X would come down. That's literally from the definition. And x would be e to the 5th. That's it, e to the 5th. All right, I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And I have natural log of x plus 1 equals 10. The natural log is all by itself. I'm not multiplying it by anything. I'm not adding or subtracting anything. I already got rid of that. So now what I can do is I can attach e as the base. E to the natural log of x plus 1 equals e to the 10th. Again, it's like if I have 3 equals 3, then 2 to the 3rd is still equal to 2 to the 3rd if I attach the same base. Okay, so what's going to happen here is this is going to come on down. I have x plus 1 equals e to the 10th. And then I'm just going to subtract 1 from both sides. That's my answer, e to the 10th minus 1. All right, so you guys can do 12. Here's what I'm going to do on 12 to help you out. Divide by 2. Then I have natural log x minus 3 equals 6. And then you know what to attach as the base. And then you know what to do with that negative 3. You guys can make it happen. All right, so we have 2 pages left in this game plan. Write as a single logarithm. All right, you guys are like, what do you mean? Log, natural log, it's the same rules. Natural log is just log base e. It's a special type of log. What you're going to do is the same thing. You're just going to write a number on the outside of a log or a natural log is just an exponent. So that means I can write this as natural log of 2 to the 3rd. That becomes an exponent. Plus natural log of 4 squared. I can write that as an exponent. 2 to the 3rd is 8. 4 squared is 16. Addition in the log world means I can combine them through multiplication. I do 8 times 16 to get natural log of 128. That's my answer. You're going to do the same thing. It's going to be a pretty big number on number 3. All right. So again, on this one, that is an exponent. It's 3 to the 5th minus this is an exponent, 9 squared. 3 to the 5th is 243. 9 squared is 81. In the log world, subtraction means division. I'm going to write this as natural log of 243 divided by 81. 243 divided by 81 is natural log 3. All right. This next one, that's an exponent. That's going to be natural log of 5 to the 3rd plus x to the 4th. Natural log of x to the 4th. Again, in the log world, addition means, well, first off, I got to figure out what 5 to the 3rd is. That's 125. Then addition in the log world means multiplication. Multiply those two together. That is natural log of 125 x to the 4th. All right. Natural log 125, it's already done. Bring that exponent up. That's 5 squared. What is 5 squared? It's 25. In the log world, subtraction means division. It's going to be natural log of 125 divided by 25, which is natural log of 5. You guys can do 6. 6 is just like 1, which is just like 3. You guys might be worried about 7. I probably should have done 7 with you. Natural log 1/2. Holy cow. So this is going to be natural log. Let's see if I can shift this. Natural log of 1/2 to the 7th. Plus, that's Yogi making noise. Natural log of 2 to the 5th. 1/2 to the 7th. Here's how I want you guys to write. Well, first off, 1 to the 7th is 1. 2 to the 7th is 128. Plus 2 to the 5th is 32. In the log world, addition means multiplication. If I multiply these two together, I'm going to do that numerator times that whole number. That's 32 over 128. Yeah, Yogi probably saw something moving outside. 32 over 128 is another way to say natural log of 1/4. All right, so there's your answer for 7. That one's a little bit hard for us to do solo. Anyway, that is an exponent. Bring it up. Natural log of x to the 8th minus, that's an exponent. Bring it up. Natural log of 5 to the 4th. 5 to the 4th is 625. In the log and natural log world, again, natural log is log base c. So in the log world, subtraction means division. It's going to be natural log of x to the 8th divided by 625. And then the last two on this page. This is an exponent, but be careful. You have a power to a power situation there. This is an exponent. 3 to the 4th is 81. Power to a power means you multiply those two powers together. Natural log of x to the 6th plus the natural log of 81. Multiply those two together. That's 81x to the 6th. Hey, Yogi, we're trying to make a video here, buddy. The squirrel, you're like 0 for 500 against the squirrels right now. I made a mistake here, folks. I want you to call this 2 natural log 2, because you only can do this if you have the same base. And natural log is log base c, and what I wrote here is log base 10. E and 10, not the same number. So rewrite that as 2 natural log 2. Now they have the same base E. That 2 is an exponent. That 4 is an exponent. 3 to the 4th is 81. 2 squared is 4. Log world, subtraction means division. Natural log at 81 over 4. And this will probably be your longest video because I want to finish your game plan up by doing this last page. Now, it does say review homework, so you should be able to do this mostly. Now, look what I got. I got natural log. How do I get rid of natural log? I got to attach e as a base. So that's what I do. When I attach e as a base, I get x plus 3 equals e to the 9th. Subtract 3 from both sides. E to the 9th minus 3. All right, what do I have in number 2? In number 2, I have e. How do I get rid of e? I attach natural log to both sides. When I attach natural log to both sides, that exponent comes on down. X minus 1 equals natural log 4. Add 1 to both sides. Natural log 4 plus 1. Number 3, I got e, but first off, I got that 3 that I got to get rid of. So I divide both sides. One pause as I let out the beast. I'm making a video, buddy. I'm making it pretty hard. And we're back, folks. It's pouring outside. Yoga's going to stay outside until this video is done. All right. 6 divided by 3 is 2. I got e to the x equals 2. I'm going to attach now natural log to both sides. That x comes on down, and I have x equals natural log 2. I gave you the answer for 4 here. Again, I got e. What I got to do first is I got to add 2 to both sides. I want e all by itself, so I need to divide both sides by 2. Now I got e all by itself. How do I get rid of that e? I attach natural log to both sides. Then that exponent x plus 3 comes on down. X plus 3 equals natural log 4. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides again. Natural log 4 is its own number. It's not going to be natural log 1. It's going to be natural log 4 minus 3. All right. I trust you guys can do 5. 5 you guys can do. In fact, 5 and 6 are going to be on yours. 7 is just like them both. Really, 7's as involved as I'll make them for you guys. Subtract 2 from both sides like I did. Now you have 3 natural log x plus 2 equals 6. The natural log is not all by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Now I have natural log of x plus 2 equals 2. I have a natural log all by itself. How do I get rid of natural log? I attach e as a base. E to the natural log x plus 2 equals e squared. That x plus 2 is going to come on down. X plus 2 equals e to the 2nd. Subtract 2 both sides. E squared minus 2. Here I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. I got e to the 3x equals 15 over 2. When e is all by itself, I'm going to attach natural log to both sides. That means that exponent comes on down. 3x equals natural log of 15 over 2. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 3. That's what I got. Natural log of 15 over 2 divided by 3, which is a good enough answer for me. All right, folks, this is the last video for your 7577 game plan. Next up, it's going to be this quiz review and then this test review. I'll let you know what type of cheat sheets to make next week, but I'm going to give you those videos for those reviews. And after we hear more, I've got all the papers here that I need at home. Just stay tuned. Yak Math Videos, and you get all the info you need. This is Yak Math Videos signing out.